everybody, welcome back to Jess Plays Birth Me Code. This is our second installment of the Playing the Birth Me Code stuff this week. So yeah, let's do it! Okay. I'm trying to find a good background noise volume, so bear with me here. I scooched it out of the place I usually have it, and now I can't seem to remember where I had it. Notes are your friends. Okay, so anyway, here we are. We're back. Okay. Alright. And Cora left the room with the shotgun in hand. Once again in the hallway, she noticed her helmet read roughly a half hour after first entering. 20 minutes remained. If nothing was done in 20 minutes, she'd die. Unless the system would coincidentally go down, that is. Still, there was something very wrong with the previous room. I don't remember setting it up. Not in the room, not the question, or anything else. Did I forget something? None of this feels correct in any capacity. The blonde waited deep in her thoughts until finally an adjacent door opened. The group that came out was Superbia and Tristitia. The two of them scurried over to Ancora, only to briefly pause when they noticed she had a shotgun. Hey. Did you figure anything interesting out in that room?
No. We can't talk about it. Are you gonna let go of that?
How come you can't talk about it? She disregarded the inquiry about the firearm entirely.
We were told by me that if we talked about it, we'd die.
Did she say you die?
Not exactly. She never specifically says we'll die, just that we'd surrender our right to live. I've always wondered what was up with that strange wording.
He shook his head in dismissive fashion. And what about these bowls? She pointed at the cyan and red bowls the two of them were carrying. All Superbia had to say about that was a shrug.
I don't know, they're in the safe that contained the me card and the key we found. We each took one, but I don't know what they're for. Anyway, what about you? Did you get told you couldn't share your knowledge too?
He seemed less bothered by the shotgun than Superbia was. No. I don't think it's really gonna be helpful though. So I'm gonna hold off unless we need it. It's definitely gonna distract us and we don't have time to go on wild tangents right now. Time is always working against us, isn't it?
I see Eva and Vidi haven't come out yet.
Almost as if on cue, the two of them emerged from their room after their door unlocked. The 5 survivors reunited together and shared their meager findings. Namely, they all had one me card and one key from each room. Nothing else. Other than Ancora's shotgun and the 2 bowls. Together, this gives us 24 me cards and 9 strange keys. We're missing 15 me cards. Yes, we are. However, I have a bit of a plan. But I can't share it with anybody except for Trist. Why's that? That's what me said. I don't know why either, I just can't tell anyone else. If you'll excuse me then, I don't have much time and it takes a while to explain, so... She reached for Trist's wrist. Gah, what a say that 5 times fast. Pulling him away from the others. The two of them vanished into the hallway. Think we should follow them to eavesdrop? Nah, give them some privacy. The 2 lovebirds need it in their final moments. Ancora stayed silent. I'm just kidding. In reality, we can share it with you guys too, but I don't know if it's a good idea for now. I think she just made it up to get away from your gun. We could fire it, it would solve the problem of needing 2 more deaths at least. I figure it might cause something like that to happen. I have no intention of shooting anybody, and besides, even if me really said that, you haven't been punished for breaking into somewhere you weren't meant to be, right? That's also correct. I guess whoever is behind this is very fickle. Impossible to understand. On another level than humanity as a whole.
So, what do we do now? Do we just sit here until the others come fetch us again?
That seems to be the plan. At least we're back with our original group, huh, Grumpy Face?
I am not. Whatever.
It didn't seem like she had the energy to oppose Invidia in such a way anymore. Ancora was just as tired. This entire ordeal was taking a toll on her too, both mentally and physically. You know, we haven't really done much chit-chat in general, huh?
Like talking about the weather? That's kind of useless.
A lot of things are useless, but everything has a point too. Let's say you fire up a random discussion around colors. It's not just about the colors themselves. Of course, what color you like best will never be important unless, say, you end up dating someone and they want to give you a present in the color you like best. However, just talking about it can be refreshing too. It's the basis of all communication. It's not just about the subject, but also about the manner. How you approach the subject is interesting too.
I see.
That's good and all, but my favorite color is green. It must be your favorite then. He pointed at his outfit, which was partially green. I guess. I don't have a preference if it's dark or bright, though.
So you like Lux?
She was pretty nice. Just a victim of circumstances.
Nuh-uh. You keep telling yourself that, you hella naive girl. Remember, we're all here for a reason, and we've all committed a crime. Whatever she was, she still did it.
The timer was quickly approaching the 45-minute mark. Around that point in time, their conversation was interrupted by Avaricia calling them over. Hey, Superbia, mind if I get your bowl?
Huh?
The question took her by surprise. Ancora remembered back in the first room how combative she had been over a simple cylinder. Yet, defying all expectations, Superbia handed it over like it wasn't any big deal.
I don't get anything that's happening here, so whatever. You can have it.
Thanks. And with that done, the woman walked away again. This time, the group's curiosity was piqued. It was like Superbia said, none of them were getting anything that was going on. Even I'm at a loss now. After a few more seconds, they decided to walk out, believing the sharing of information between the two others had been taken long enough by then. They walked through the hallway, still without signs of Avaricia or Tristitia. They walked back to the main room, and on the stairs were the two of them. On the ground were the two bowls. One of them, the cyan one, contained all the me cards the two of them had before. Tristitia waved them over.
I was going to fetch you soon, but this is fine too. So, I can't share what's behind this, but I can share what my plan is right now. We take a me card and vote, right? Not yet. I know, the timer is ticking. This is important, trust me. First of all, here in this bowl are all the me cards we got except the ones each of you are carrying, all of which totals to 15 since 9 of them are already discarded.
He stared over at Ancora. The girl understood that this was all due to her and Luxuria as they placed the me cards into the machine earlier.
But that's fine, we're still good to go. I'll need each and every one of you to put your me cards into this. We need every little bit we have left.
Some of them weren't as active anymore, since they'd been used for a previous vote. Despite that, those cards definitely could still work when discarded. They just couldn't be reused for other votes.
And why should we put our me cards in there? We need to vote. Maybe we don't anymore. I want to try out a theory. It's very important that Cora watches this. So, everyone put your me cards in.
This time he was a little less generous with the leeway he was giving them. All of them obeyed, and every me card ended up in the bowl. Self-conscious about the gun she'd taken, Ancora tightened her grip while she handed her me card over. At least, no one was going to pull a fast one on her. I am very curious about what Tristitia has planned and why he's singling someone out like that.
Okay, now if everything is correct...
He turned the bowls over. The cyan one covered 15 me cards and the red one was empty.
The plan goes as follows. Cora, you know how you have psychic powers? I want you to test something, and if it works, we'll be out of here. and a part of me feels like it was meant to go this way too. So listen, because this bowl has all 15 me cards underneath it. Then, you need to move away from our group and use your psychic powers to see what I'm doing with the bowls. Either I'll leave them as they are now, with the 15 me cards under this one, or I'll switch the me cards to the red one. What I've decided to do is take them all out and put them under the red bowl.
Wait, you're not supposed to tell me that, are you? I'm supposed to use my powers, whatever they are? I actually don't understand what his plan involves.
No, that's fine. I'm telling you right now.
He put some emphasis onto his words.
Then I will be switching them to the red bowl. The 15 me cards will transfer under the red bowl. Now, go and use your abilities.
And Cora checked the timer. It had 10 minutes left at best. Deciding to roll with it, she left the group, walking back to the original hallway where everything had begun, since she wouldn't be able to see any of them anymore behind the closed doors. This is my cue to use the helmets to spy on them. I kind of get the feeling that, like, we're being tricked into doing this. Feels a little silly, though. But what choice do I have? It'll be over really quickly anyway. And if all else fails, I guess 2 people will get shot. The one who's getting hacked is... Ooh, who do I want to go with? Oh, man. I want to hack... I'm gonna hack Spuria. Oh right, a puzzle. Hooray! I ordered tacos for dinner. I've been doing recording all day, and I ordered tacos for dinner. So, you know, I might have to get them when they get here. So bear with me, everybody. Okay. 1... 3, 4, 8. I feel like this is gonna be 92 because it's like uranium. You know? What would E be? Don't actually know. Well, let's try this out. E. E's not an elemental symbol. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay. Unless, like, it's supposed to be alphabetical? What number would U be? Would be what? U W X U B. I guess? Maybe? Okay, let's use a hint. First is E and the last is U. Okay. EU. European Union. Can't spell them out. First. Is thinking maybe planets? Because it's like Earth and Uranus, but no, I don't think that's it either. Can't spell them. You can't spell them. Oh, I wonder if this is one of the ones I did before, where it's like the alphabetical order of the name? You know what I mean? So it's like... 8. No, but then 4 would be first, wouldn't it? Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, first is E and the last is U. I can't spell them out for you. Huh. Alright, let's think about this. Wonder... Huh. E... First is E and last is U? Can't spell them out. Okay, alright. What if... Okay, what if we do this? What if we... Man... Wait a second. This is 6776. What, 21? The alphabet? Oh. Wait, but that doesn't make any sense because then E wouldn't be here. E would be 5th. So if we went like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, hang on. This has to go... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that what you're supposed to do with it? Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But E then isn't first. What? I don't know. Let's try it. It's... What? But then E isn't first! What the... That doesn't make any sense! What? Why? The hint straight up lied. That's... First... E wasn't first! What? Whatever. Alright, whatever, game. That was... Oh man. That makes me mad. Normally, the helmet's connected instantly. This time, the entire thing took a while longer, as though there was something that purposefully interfered with the connection. Strange. It's as if the frequency had only begun to share, so the data transfer is slower, or something like that. After another few moments, the connection finally established properly. Superbia was with Tristitia and Invidia. Rather, she had been previously, but now she was walking away from them. That's stupid. I'm out of here. I wonder what they had been talking about. I guess I won't get to know, and it's all because of that stupid helmet's connection. I hope something isn't broken. Or worse, hacked. Superbia walked away from the boys and down the stairs, glancing over at the 2 upturned bowls. One of them contained the 15 me cards, and the other had nothing.
One of them has everything, and the other one has nothing.
The girl thought about what it meant for several seconds. She identified with that situation, deep inside, even if she didn't quite understand what she was thinking about. She figured there would be no harm in looking under the bowls, so she turned one of them over. The 15 me cards were located under the cyan bowl still.
Wait, did they make a mistake? Didn't he say we'd move them?
Superbia decided to rectify that problem and shifted the me cards under the red bowl instead.
It's impossible to split them in the middle. There are 15 me cards, so one of them will end up with more than the other. If that's the case, then one might as well end up with everything, and the other nothing. What about purpose, then? What's the purpose of the one that has nothing? This is getting... alright. My family's rich, and I don't need anything. But even though my family's rich, I'm not. I really wanted to put my money to good use, but I don't have any. My parents are keeping it all for themselves. Oh my god, she's Britney Spears. I'm surrounded by riches I can't even touch. I'm the queen bitch of the school, however. I'm the rich girl everyone wants to be friends with. Why am I talking out loud? I can help everyone with my money. I've spent a lot of what I had myself just to make others happy. Then they go away when you stop that. So instead of spending on them, I keep it. I'm still the rich girl. I'm still the untouchable queen bitch. Then they keep depending on being friends with me if they want to look good in public. I have no idea what my real purpose is. Because none of this does anything.
She remained in silence for another few seconds. After all was said and done, someone came by. Okay, so I have this friend from college, and he's from a rich family. And oh my god, like, he used to try and like buy friendship with us all the time, and we're like, dude, we don't hang out with you because we want you to buy stuff. We hang out with you because we genuinely like you. And he'd always be like, he's like, oh, I want to go to the diner. Come to the diner with me. I want to get a Reuben at like 2 in the morning. And we're like, no, man, like, we're tired. We want to go to bed. And he's like, no, I'll buy you guys milkshakes. Just come with me. And we're like, all right, we'll go with you. You don't have to buy us milkshakes. Like, please stop. And I just, oh god, I remember just being like, please, dude, stop buying us stuff. Because I mean, like, I'm happy to like have people help you out or whatever, like get gifts for you and stuff like that. Like, I love giving people gifts, but like, he was doing it because he felt like nobody would be friends with him otherwise, and it's like, no, that's not at all how it is. Somebody came by, right. Hey, go tell Ava and Cora that things are fine now, they can come back. It's time.
Do I look like a door-to-door salesman to you?
No, you look like a lost little girl who has no idea about what's happening. Please.
Ugh, fine.
She flipped the bird, though the motion was softer than usual, as if she was doing it as a joke. Just a gentle bird. She walked away, back to the doors leading into the first hallway they'd been into. That's where she met Avaricia, who was right behind them.
Hey! They said it's fine to come back now. And that goes for you too, Ancora.
Alright. I did say it should be fine after a few minutes.
Well, we're almost out of time to do this bullshit now, so I hope whatever stupidity you idiots are planning is going to actually work, not just rob us of all of our lives.
Trust me, I'm even more stressed out by this than you are.
Why? You're an old lady. You've got, like, what, half your life left at best? We're still teens. We've got so much more to look forward to.
Yeah, that would be nice, but no, it's not due to my age. Tell the others that I'll be there promptly with Cora. Superbia gave an annoyed howl at being treated like a messenger pigeon, storming off into the crossroads again.
Hey! You two imbeciles. Avaricia says she'll be there promptly.
Interesting. While she's angry about it, she's still following what the other people are asking of her. We're running out of time, though. This is the most I can keep it up for. Okay, let's cut the feed then. This was strangely insightful on where the me cards are. Which bowl they're under is now clear as day. Ancora took a few steps outside of the classroom, but stopped in her tracks. She turned to look at Avaricia, who noticed she wasn't walking anymore. The older woman had left the immediate area earlier, yet remained close by to keep an eye on her. What is it? Is something wrong? No, just something's really strange, I guess. I don't really feel too good about this. I've got a bad feeling about it, if you ask me. I've got a bad feeling about this, too. I've got a bad feeling about this, too. You could say that again. The girl noticed she was still carrying the shotgun with her. Right, she found it in the room she investigated before, and for some reason, she felt like Avaricia was trustworthy. There was just this part of her that told her, you can trust her. If she doesn't have the shotgun, you'll die. Far from her to argue against her inner voice, she handed the firearm over to a very surprised teacher. The woman waited for a second before reaching for it. What are you thinking about? Something in me said Ava will need this. Psychic powers? I don't know. With that done, Ancora and Avaricia stepped forward once again. The timer was coming down on them. Whatever plan Tristitia had in mind, it had better work. 5 minutes remained. Okay, hold up. Time stood at a standstill. This is the most important moment of these 6 hours. Right now, there's a choice to make. Or rather, there are multiple choices to make. I need to determine some things before we move on. Namely, first, I need to determine who the traitor is. But that's not all. I also need to determine what happened to my recordings. Somebody messed with my recordings! Is that also the traitor's doing? It's time to deduce. Let's go back, all the way back to the very beginning. The first thing that was strange was... the metal box? That's right, that box. I don't think it was part of the plan. Did every classroom have a metal box like that? I don't know what's inside, but let's just keep it in mind for now. Next, there was a death. Assuming my emptiness is made of all 7 deadly sins in Latin plus Ancora and Pandora, considering the 9th of them died, the one who died was really named... Ancora? No, that's not it. It was another name. Okay, I guess it's Pandora. It was a name that kept confusing everyone, the one whose status is still unknown to them all. The third strange thing was the slip-up. That message was recorded, and I wasn't sure how many people would be alive, but 8 was the fairest bet. Yet instead of saying 8, the recorded me said, I don't remember. I don't remember... 9? Oh, I guess it wasn't 9. It was another number. I just need to remember the speech given right after the vote. Does everything add up correctly, or did I make a mistake somewhere? No, this is too confusing. I think I made some wrong assumptions in there. I really don't have the time to go over everything again, though, so... I'm gonna throw a wild guess and say... Right, it's Superbia. It has to be. Let's go. It was as if all of those thoughts rapid-fired all at once, taking only the span of a single moment. Ancora panted in her helmet, registering all of that information. Avaricia had stopped her movements to inquire on her state. Are you alright, Cora? Yes. Let's keep going. The blonde joined up with everyone else again. She stood before Tristitia, who had a hand on both bowls. She looked at Invidia, then at Superbia, then back at the bowls. The group seemed surprised when Avaricia came up too. They looked at each other in turns, noticing the teacher had the shotgun Ancora previously held. However, no one commented on that. Tristitia went straight to business, and understandably so. Based on what you've seen, Cora, pick a bowl. Any bowl. Ancora briefly paused. 4 minutes remaining. She made her choice. I'm picking the red bowl. I'm deciding to trust you when you say that this was the bowl they're all under, and that you move them. Are you sure? This is the bowl you believe they're under? Yes. Tristitia lifted his head, looking over at Invidia. The wolf stared back at him, giving a shrug. Without any other communication, Invidia moved away from the group, and Ava sat down on the ground, waiting for the outcome. Ancora was taken by Invidia moving away, But when Tristitia reached for the bowl, her attention snapped back to what he was doing.
Well, you're wrong. I didn't move him.
He lifted the red bowl as if to confirm that thought. Underneath were all 15 me cards, piled together as prepared beforehand by the group. Then he lifted the other bowl, under which was nothing.
I'm not sure what this means, though. Someone else moved him. Does that mean this won't work now?
What does that mean? What won't work because someone else touched them?
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you surprised about?
What did you expect?
I don't actually know. Remember, this was someone else's idea.
More like someone else's waste of time. 3 minutes. 3 more minutes and then we're dead. Somehow, the reminder about the lack of time didn't really hit anybody especially hard. None of them reacted to it. It was as if the entire group had communally decided to become zombies. Yeah, 3 minutes, then what? Don't give up here, there's gotta be something to do. We're so close. But Ancora sat down too. It was like she also gave up. So that's how it ends, without catching the mastermind.
To be fair, we already might have. We just don't know. There's nothing that tells us we won, and even then we're lacking 15 me cards. We could do the vote, but...
Ancora suddenly lifted her head up. The vote! The vote gives us more time, yeah? Remember how it works. We can actually freeze the timer for 20 minutes. Justicia smacked his hand on the ground before lifting himself up to his feet.
You're right. The timer can give us more time. But how is it going to work with the me cards? We're missing 15 still.
There has to be some somewhere we've overlooked. Somewhere containing something big. That's an interesting theory, at least. My tacos are here. Man, what a friendly delivery guy. That guy was like super friendly. Alright, here we go. I can cut back in, I guess. I'll do a little bit of editing afterward. Okay, that's an interesting theory, at least. Avarisha rose up, carrying her shotgun with her. Where would it be, then? Maybe the secret room? Maybe the secret room! Ancora just had a flash of inspiration. If NVIDIA found a me card there, maybe there were others. But with 2 minutes remaining, and soon only 1, they wouldn't have the time to search. That meant they had to do the vote. Someone would die. If we do the votes, then we can buy 10 more minutes in total.
Something I like. We put the me cards with half a minute remaining, and then we search for nearly 10 minutes, come back here quickly and punch in our votes. And then we start a second vote right away. Correct? But this means someone dies. No, 2 people die among the 5 of us.
The thought froze the group in their tracks. They all looked at each other. It was clear that this renewed hope that no one would want to be the sacrifice.
Just vote for me, then. Consider this my last act as peacemaker. I'll die and you'll all escape.
Don't think of this absolves you of what you've done.
What I've done? Look who's talking.
No nagging. We need all the time we can get. Viti! She called over the wolf boy who came back from the voting stations. Apparently, he'd already put his me card in. Mine's there already. Hurry up! Ancora hurried alongside everyone else. Soon, the timer read 39 seconds remaining. With the leftover me cards that could still be used to do votes, they could do 2 rounds. Ancora also realized the fact that the second vote would need someone else to die as well, and that it could very well be her. But that was a matter for later. That's a problem for future Cora. All the me cards were put in and everyone stood in front of their station. Timer froze just like before and 10 minutes started counting down. When it would be over, they wouldn't have any time to think about the death they caused. They'd have to put in the next me cards right away to avoid mass execution.
Quick! Spread out, search! Viti, you're at the secret room. Go with Bia and Ava. I don't think me would kill 3 people like that. After all, they have a goal too, right? They can't just off more than half our remaining numbers.
What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'll search this room again. And you?
I'll go back to the first hallway. Something's always bothered me.
Go then. There's no time to lose. Everyone meet back here in 9 minutes and don't be late for the love of God.
The survivors immediately spread out following that. No one had anything to rebuke. Avaricia, Invidia, and Superbia took the secret room, while Ancoria and Tristitia split up to search previous rooms. This is all just a vain grasp of time. There are no more me cards. Maybe it's time to go over all that I know again. As soon as those thoughts were formulated, a loud noise resembling an echo resonated in Ancoria's helmet. For a split moment, she believed she hit her head on the wall. She fell to one knee, both hands grabbing at the ground in her dizziness. The previous theory fell flat as soon as she felt her other boot shift. Someone was grabbing the gun and taking it out. It was Tristitia.
Really sorry, but that's mine.
What about the vote? I can't...
I'll prop your body up and you'll have your hand on the button when it'll come available. Don't worry, I'm already dead. I'm not doing this to win anymore. Even if I got you to vote for someone else and I voted for them too, the other team outvotes me.
Then why? Everything was becoming harder and harder to focus on.
Because Bia has to die.
Then there was nothing but darkness. Ancora woke up. When Ancora came to, she realized she was in front of the voting console. It seemed as though Tristitia kept his word, carried her back there, and she put her vote in as the boy had planned. The fact she wasn't dead was a surprise. This meant it's just after the vote went through. Looking around, though, she saw two bodies. Tristitia's dead body was on the ground not too far away, headless. The same was the case for Superbia's body. However, she also had some bullet wounds. The fact that she was headless spoke volumes about what had happened. Let's put it together. That bullet wound came from the revolver, right? When did Tristitia have the time to shoot her, though? It must have been during the vote. Maybe right as the vote ended? Maybe after Superbia put in her vote. I don't think I'll ever really know for sure, since I was cut off during that moment. Slowly, Ancora rose up. She looked at the timer. She expected it to have been several seconds before the 6-hour mark, but it was 6 hours and 3 minutes. Even if the timer had paused before, they were all over the mark. If that was the case, then... She looked around. There were no other bodies. Where did Avaricia and Invidia go? Her hand held onto the console to keep herself steady before she set off to look for them. If the timer was past the 6-hour mark, then did they do it? Did they have 39 me cards? Finally, she noticed the console that took the me cards was open. She took a glance within the object, uncertain. Inside was nothing. Why is it open? Why is there nothing inside? Where is the bomb gone, and why did it not blow up? And where did they get the leftover me cards? They weren't in the special room, I know that for a fact. Too many questions, not enough answers. Edie, Ava, where are you? She looked around the room, but only silence answered her question. Edie! Ava! Where are you two? This isn't funny. Once again, only silence answered her question. Her steps brought her back down the stairs leading to the voting machines. Now in the hallway again, she looked over at the secret room. Or rather, where it would be. The door was open. She walked over slowly, uncertain of what she'd find. Beyond there is the exit. Did they both leave? Did they take the bomb? There was an elevator and it was open. And Cora took it in silence, figuring that was where the others had gone to. She was almost like a zombie following its own instincts. A petite Lisa! Once she was inside, it moved on its own, carrying her up. Okay, let's see. So this is an anagram, right? This right here? Lip... Siat. Tap... Silly. After a brief moment, the doors on the other side opened, and she stepped inside of the room on what she assumed was the second floor. and Cora saw the room was empty. It was pure white room. The walls were white, the ceiling was white. It had very little features whatsoever. The area was actually a little unsettling. It was reminding her of one of those padded rooms where they kept crazy people with straitjackets. What was most unsettling, however, wasn't the room filled with strange seats and cables. It was the fact that inside the room was a person. It was her. Immediately, a headache came upon Ancora and she fell to the ground while holding her helmet. That's not possible. That's her. But I'm... The other girl. It was like her somehow. Ancora didn't believe it was possible, though, and yet she was standing right in front of her. I'm telling you, it's fucking twins, man. Ancora? Sorry, I'm not too sure what's going on. Why are you wearing the same thing as me? Wait, do I know you? I think I remember you. Ancora looked up at the other Ancora. Even on the ground, one thought occupied her mind. She had to leave this place right now. The headache was getting worse the more she spent time in the second Ancora's company. But all she saw were doors to elevators. Doors that were closed. She panicked on the ground as the other girl looked upon her with all the shock in the world. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! And just like that, the helmet closed onto her. Unlike the others, it didn't explode. Due to the careful nature of deduction rooms, the helmets didn't blow up there. They only took their quarry by beheading. This is a deduction room? It was a deduction room! By the time that thought came up, it was already far too late. Ancora's head rolled onto the ground, encased inside of a helmet. A scream. The other Ancora was screaming. Not like it would matter to Ancora anymore. Before she died, she wanted to know who that was. She couldn't formulate anything. All she could formulate was a thought that told her if she hacked the rabbit before the second vote, then maybe things might have been different. Superbia. Suspicious. Hack her. Unfortunately, that was impossible because, well, to hack that helmet, one needed those directives. Now, it was far too late. No matter what, she couldn't go back to that moment. No one could. Without any answers out of it, Ancora died. So, this is reminding me of this thing where my ex one time was saying that she was afraid of being beheaded because she had read about some experiment or something that had been done in, like, I don't know, France or something like that, where this teacher was like, oh, I'm gonna be sent to the guillotine and I'm gonna blink at you to show that you are I'll blink at you to show that, like, I still have consciousness or something like that, and he did. But, like, I feel like blinking is one of those things that, like, you can't necessarily consciously... You can't know whether or not it's conscious, right? Because it could just be, like, a reaction, like your nerves firing, after, like, you die. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it on purpose. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would prefer to die quickly and as instantly as possible, quite frankly. Because I just, you know... how did I get on this? Wow, okay, shit got dark. Sorry. So yeah, okay, so I still think it's twins. Ancora's mentioned a sister, and we have this other Ancora who appears to be a clone, which technically is what identical twins are. And yeah, this whole thing with Ava talking about this having the same birthday and all this other shit. So yeah. All right, that's where I'm gonna cut it for today because it's been about 45 minutes or so of time. Or sorry, my thing says no, it's actually been an hour. But yeah, it's been an hour. Probably it'll be 45 minutes after I cut out some extra stuff that, you know, we don't need to see. But anyway, this is getting kind of interesting, I guess. We're getting toward the end, I suppose. Like, if we look at the flow here, we've uncovered quite a lot. Like, here's a puzzle. Which is a new symbol that hasn't been on other things. But yeah, so we have a couple of things here. We've got this is locked in this run. We need to hack Superbia before the second vote. I guess is this, or maybe this? I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna do that though, because we didn't actually get any directives. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't actually get any directives. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna have to, like, mess around here, because I have no idea how this is supposed to go. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, I guess. But, yeah, thanks very much, everybody. I will see you next time. And, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to record another thing today. If I can't, then sorry. Only 2 episodes for this week, but it's 2 episodes. You know, that's 2 more than you got the previous week. So, thanks everybody for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye-bye.